Hang on.
Oh, Bailey, a full start.
False start.
Hey!
How we doing? How we doing, guys? We are back once again with the Shout Out Podcast. Season 2 is going immensely, and I'm really excited for our guests today. We've got Tom and Harley from the band FERB. Boys, how are we doing today?
Hey guys.
Hello.
We are great. How are you guys doing?
We're very good, thank you. Thank you for asking how we're doing. That's very nice of you.
I'm very envious of your mics. I know we've said it just before we come on, but that looks so much more professional than me and Dan.
I don't know how it'd look good with the Yeti if I was just...
Yeah, I'm not going to move mine. Mine will break if I move it, but I'm not going to move it. But no,
Very committed to the cause.
thank you for coming on. We want to talk about your music, your singles that you got on Spotify. We want to talk about all your gigs you got coming up because you're busy. You're gigging all the time, it seems.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. But most importantly, it'd be nice for us because obviously we've had some interaction before. And we can talk about that. We were meant to be on the same card, and so we've had some kind of interaction before. But where did FERB all start? Tell us all about the origin of your band.
I mean, this has kind of been... I mean, I've basically been writing my own music since I was like 12, sort of around that time. But we all went to the same secondary school, Team High School, Southwest London, like right on the very border.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a thing where me and Ross, the guitarist of the band, we both played guitar. Like that was kind of how we became friends. Joel was always really into his music. He's the drummer of the band. We were always kind of into the same bands. And me and Tom were just really good friends. And
I wasn't like interested in music like at all at that point. I hadn't picked up anything before I met you.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was only like 2.5 years ago you started learning bass.
You chucked a bass at me. We wanted to make a band.
And you caught it, which is good.
Yeah.
Good reaction
We
time.
wanted to make a band, and we didn't have a bassist. And the first time I ever played a bass was at our first band practice.
Nice.
Really?
You must be
Yeah.
doing quite well because they've kept you until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can hear, like, in the songs that you've got out, you can hear some really nice bass licks in them. You wouldn't be able to tell at all that you've only been playing bass for 2.5 years, man.
Yeah, no, the rate at which this guy's like learned and improved is like quite scary. I will say
It's
something.
scary.
First shout out, Tom.
Round of applause for Tom.
And bassists everywhere. Guys,
Yeah.
we salute you.
We love you.
We love bassists. Shout out Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, our bassist. Good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
But that was kind of it. And then we started gigging. It took us like a whole year to get into gigging because none of us were old enough. We pretty much all just turned like 18, 19.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that first year we had as a bit of a free reign to just learn whatever we wanted, play whatever we wanted.
Nice.
And then our first gigs, well, I mean, they're still coming hard, but they came quite hard. And just doing a few open mics, like at the Half Moon, they probably, shout out Half Moon.
Massive
Yeah.
shout out to them.
They
Probably
really deserve a shout out.
biggest
They're a fucking
opportunity.
great band. People starting out.
Doing the open mic night there, and yeah, we love them.
Yeah, no, that's it. We were meant to play together at the Half Moon. What happened? Where were you?
Was it Joel? Yes. Joel, our drummer. Did he tear his ACL?
Tore his
Yeah,
ACL.
he tore his ACL and he had to go have surgery. I think a day or two
It was
before
it was
we were meant to
scheduled.
have the gig.
Yeah, it was
So
scheduled.
we had to reschedule the whole thing.
He had a whole 24 hours to recover.
Yeah,
from an
wow.
ACL injury, and he didn't show up.
Yeah,
It's weak.
That's a weak performance.
no, what a little bitch. Am I allowed to?
Yeah. You can swear as much as you want.
You're a little bitch, Joel.
Unshout out Joel. Yeah, unshout out Joel.
Hands all down for Joel.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. I assume he had a speedy recovery and got back to gigging
Yeah.
quickly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We was probably. I think we were back at it in
December.
Yeah, December.
Yeah.
Okay.
You,
cool.
I mean, you could play drums by October. It was just we didn't have anything scheduled till December, just to keep it safe.
Yeah,
But he
that's
still
smart.
can't play football or anything. He was like big into his football, but he's not been able to play for like a whole year, which is a bit sad.
Oh.
Is that where you got the mics from to learn commentary while he was playing football? Or?
Yeah, no, he taught me everything I needed to know. And for that, shout out, Joel.
Shout out Joel.
Yeah. No, I feel bad for violating him now. I'm sure he's a good guy.
No, I'm sure he'd respect it. He'd probably respect it more than an actual shout out.
Yeah.
That's kind of how he rolls.
As drummers should.
Yeah.
So you guys have been like gigging in that for like, you basically your first year now, right? If if
Yeah.
I'm getting the timeline kind of correctly, what's it been like? This is like your first year as a like a band gigging, releasing your own songs. Like sum it up for me.
I mean, it's been wild.
Yeah.
Just sort of how, I mean, being from where we're from, where there's pretty much nothing in terms of like venues really, or just general like interest in music. I mean, we live probably we're like 10-20 minutes away from Kingston, which is like our nearest like hub. There is like such a scene going on there, and it's like kind of once we started playing in Kingston, I think that was when it really started to crack. And
Nice.
being surrounded by all these like really exciting bands like Maya and Dogs Hosting Fleas, they're both amazing.
Shout
So
out.
it's like trying to find a community was kind of the first step, and I think now that's happened, everything's coming a little bit easier. But
Yes,
it's still taking time as it does. But I really grateful, to be honest.
I mean, look, you guys are only a year in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, to have it like a way to think about. I need to organise a community. We need to. That's for a year in, and to kind of be in your first year gig, and that's smart. Like,
Oh, thanks.
we did work it out for fucking ages.
Yeah. The idea of building a community around your music and finding like-minded artists is so important. A lot of people go into this kind of thing thinking that you have to be better than everyone else, and that just is not the way to go about it at all. And seeing like young guys like you recognize the importance of having a community and reaching out to bands like Mayor and that, and gigging with them. We've gigged with them, great guys.
Yeah.
I hope to have them on soon. Actually, we'd love to have them. If you're watching.
It's in the works. It's in the works. Don't worry.
But like it's so great to see that you're building this community and it's only going from strength to strength.
Community's so underrated, I think. I mean, no one likes competition in this.
Exactly.
No one likes it when you meet people from bands and you can tell they just think they're better than everyone else.
Yeah.
That's not what we like to see. It's not how we roll.
No, clearly not. Like, I mean, we've been on the shit end of that stick when you've been gigging with someone who thinks they're like, wait, they deserve something better than you, and they're trying to push you down and stuff. But it's just like
Who needs them? Who needs them?
Who needs
One day
them?
we will release with that band. We've mentioned them so many times in this podcast. If we ever get to a certain number, we'll release who that band is.
We'll tell you.
We need to know. The people need to know. Get watching, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe that can be the first like Patreon only after show we'll do. We'll have you guys on and we'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
No rest for the OnlyFans.
Yes, that's good. Well, that's a good idea actually.
Hang on.
We're a bit tight for cash, so
You start now?
Every little bit.
we can start now. Yeah.
No, let's start later.
What are the influences that go in? You mentioned that you listen to similar sort of music. What music is that goes into FERB?
I mean, it's very contemporary stuff, I think. Like, not really a lot of older stuff. I mean, maybe in the earlier days of the band. Like, the stuff that we have out, very different to kind of what we're going for now. So back then, it was kind of like Strokes, Block Party, that sort of vibe. And now, I don't know, who do we like?
I mean, we've gone like is it a darker kind of, not darker, it's not, I don't know, I can't really explain it.
We're really dark now.
Okay.
You found your own sound, mate. That's the best way of doing it. You found it already. That's good.
We've changed our style quite a bit.
You bought some pink LED lights and you just went straight ahead with it. Turn the lights off. Let's get dark with it. Let's get spooky.
Yeah, I think quite a few of the influence we have like right now, I feel like for you at least, is probably Keo.
Keo, big one. Ben Stella as well. There's a great band out in New York. They're doing really, really well. Wonder Horse, obviously. Fontaine's like all that lot. But also, just kind of like a lot of these smaller bands, like this band called Ain't that are really, really good. The shoegaze band called Thistle from Northampton, they're really good.
Cool.
Nice.
People like that, really.
You just listed a lot of artists that me and Dan don't know. Just
I got Wonder Horse. I knew that one.
I know Wonder Horse.
And Fontaines. I know Fontaines.
Yeah, we know Fontaines as well.
We should know a lot more than we do. For people who talk about music most days, we don't know any bands.
We're really bad. We are so bad. But I mean, like, it's because we're always in like the thick of it, and we're always listening to like the next band we're going to have on the podcast, and we're always listening to the next bands we're gigging with. it's great. It is so important to take a step back and be like, what does music sound like at the moment?
Yeah,
What do
for
people
sure.
actually want to listen to?
I mean, yeah, we go to a lot of gigs
Yeah,
as
I was
well.
about to say,
Like
yeah.
probably like 2 or 3 gigs a week. We're just like trekking
Really?
trekking to like East and North London, just seeing what's about.
Yeah,
Really,
like, tomorrow we're seeing Bones A. Arthur.
yeah,
That's,
they're gonna
that's
be
a
amazing.
big influence for me.
Yeah.
Sick.
Their bassist is kind of like the main man of that band.
Yeah, I'm biased.
Ah.
That's what we're going for.
But I think the style he has influences a lot of my bass lines as well.
Cool.
Because I feel like I never want to do root notes. I feel like that's way too boring sometimes. It doesn't add much.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he doesn't do that either. And it kind
You
of
can't really get away with it anymore these days. People are paying attention to like a lot more. People are really listening to, even the average listener is listening to music a lot more intently than I think
People listen
they
to
used to.
Yeah.
Would I?
But the fact that you find time to go to 2 or 3 gigs a week actually blows my mind. It makes me wish we'd started this by when we were 5 years
We
younger.
really need a lot more of you guys to come to our gigs. Everyone could be like FERB. Just go and see local music.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. If you're watching this, follow their example.
Yeah.
exactly.
Does it work in your favour though, I'm guessing? If you're there supporting other bands, right, you're, like you say, building a community, they'll come and see you, they'll support you,
Yeah.
so...
I'd say most of the time it does. I mean, sadly, a lot of these bands that we're really into aren't even from London. We're kind of just catching. I mean, like a lot of them are down in Brighton, if anything. Brighton's really sick at the minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of, I guess, do what we can.
Cool.
There's a lot of bands that I haven't even got to catch yet that I'm like really looking forward to catching.
Oh, yeah.
But
You're way into these like smaller bands. Than
yeah,
I am.
it's because a lot of them are like mutual friends as well.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the time, it's people like we know, like bands that we know that have also gigged with that other band.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to go see them ourselves.
Yeah, like our really good friends Milton Jack, they're sick as well. Shout them out.
Shout out.
Nice.
He knows Luca from that band knows like everyone in the scene.
Oh yeah.
Like
Cool.
yeah, he's got links there, man.
That's cool. You mentioned Brighton. Have you ever gigged down there?
No,
We want to.
we want to really badly. Hit us up, Brighton Promoters.
Yeah.
If you're a promoter in Brighton or you're a band in Brighton, get these guys on your card. They are sick.
We are massive down in Brighton on this podcast. I think the Brighton music promotion scene for this podcast is quite big.
It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
All the Brighton promoters watch this podcast.
Yeah.
They're all in Dan's DMs.
Yeah.
We'll get you. We'll hook you up. We'll hook you up.
Yeah, no, Brighton's
Do you-
like pretty much
outside of like that Surrey kind of southwest area, do you venture out and gig in like other places, or are you still keeping that community?
I mean,
like,
You
based?
say that we've not actually gigged in Surrey. Like Tom goes
No.
uni off Surrey, and we've
Yeah.
not
Ah.
gigged anywhere in like Guildford, like any of those places really.
Really?
Sorry, we have is Epsom.
Yeah,
Even then.
Epsom was where we started doing our first like open mic nights.
Okay.
But we kind of don't really count it because it's like 10 minutes down the road from us. But we mostly, again, we like gig in Kingston.
And you do the Fighting Cocks a lot, don't you?
Fighting Cox,
Yeah.
Ram Jam Records, two like amazing.
Yeah.
Shout them out for sure.
Yeah, they deserve a shout out. They're
and
great venues.
Ranga Records, who are like a new sort of local promoters. They're
Yeah.
putting a lot of stuff on outside of Kingston mainly, but they're doing really, really well. We've had like a few in Camden. We'll see the Half Moon as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just kind of wherever we can. I mean, we're trying to stick with like South London venues if we're like headlining at least.
Yeah.
Just because we want to really secure like a fan base there.
Totally.
I mean, 'cause a lot of the people that come to our gigs now are just our mates, basically.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's how it starts, though. You'll have someone in the crowd who enjoys your set, and then they'll know someone and bring them on the next time. So it will work eventually. That's a smart way of doing it.
It is so much smarter, yeah. It's so much smarter than like I remember when we did this at the start. You take every gig all over the
We're
place.
idiots.
Gig in Birmingham, gigging like it's like
Yeah.
London
Our
one
first
day,
2 gigs were in Birmingham, and we're London based.
and we're in Watford, and I gigged in Birmingham. And we were like, why is no one coming?
yeah. Why is there no one- Yeah. That's what we're kind of worried about is like playing in Brighton. We feel like maybe not a lot of people will come, but like I guess that's where you got to be smart and see what like talk to people from that area, see what venues just get like randomers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's like when we played the Good Mixer last summer. We're playing there on Thursday again, but we played there last summer and we got like pretty much a full house just from people showing up.
Yeah, we
Nice.
couldn't do that. We couldn't get that many people because at the time, most of our friends also weren't 18, and that's actually blocked us off quite early on.
Yeah,
a lot of venues were like, "Are you 18 plus?" And I'm the youngest, so half the time it wasn't.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
Sucked big time.
Yeah, but I guess there is a trade-off though, because starting this young is going to be so good for you, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
you got the time, you got the energy for it, and like everyone could see that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone says that. It's like weird. I sometimes have to just remind myself how young we are if I'm thinking like we're not getting the gigs we want. But like, again, we didn't even start that long ago. Like, I mean, again, like him and Joel have only been playing their instruments for like 2 years, so we're lucky to be playing gigs at all. Like,
You're doing like that is genuinely. If you're that's like the last 2 years, that's unbelievable. We've spent 10 years and only just got our shit together last year. So we've never done a gig until last year. We've been in and out of like bands, just as the same members, just never was serious enough or smart enough to be like, let's go and record a song or let's go and do a gig. So genuinely, like you're smashing it already.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, that's mad though. You've been going for like that long. But
We met like 8 years ago now, and me and Dan met because we were in the same school. He was a year above, but we both did music, so we both kind of knew each other from that. And then he knew Charlie before me, and basically Charlie wanted to start a band, right? And you were like, "Oh, I know another guitarist," which was me, and then we all met to start a band basically back when we were like 17. But we never like finished.
Band practice was just beer pong. And then we'd get too drunk and we couldn't play instruments. And then, like, my dad's outside waiting to pick me up. We got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a similar story with us. Like,
Yeah, a lot of the time we have band practice, and it's like we play for like, I don't know, an hour, and we have a break.
Yeah.
And then we just order food or something, and then we don't go back up.
Yeah, that break lasts like 2 hours, and then the rest of band practice is a break. But I think that's why we're lucky we had a whole year to sort our shit out, was because we had like once, sometimes even twice a week to practice, and it more built like the chemistry of us, if anything, rather than going straight into it, trying to be like too professional. We just got to fuck about, and it's just kind of landed us where we are. But we don't practice anymore. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're busy gigging and like networking and stuff. It's really
2 months ago. Yeah, no, it's really bad. Really unprofessional. Don't.
You're fine. We'll cut that. We'll cut that. I do want to. So something that has been burning a hole in my mind is like, where did the name come from? You've probably been asked this so many times.
I remember this.
Do you want to tell the story, Tom?
Yeah.
Go on, Tom.
Basically, I don't even know where we were. We were on some sort of like night out kind of thing. I don't know. It wasn't even a night out.
It was our last band practice before our first ever public appearance. It wasn't a gig because we just played at school.
And we all got quite drunk.
Yeah, quite drunk.
Yeah. And then me and Harley got an Uber home together, and we were thinking of band names because at this point we didn't even have one. We were a band, we didn't have a name.
No. How long were you a band without a name?
Like 6 months. But our first name, the original name was Dirt Circle, which Ross came up with.
Oh, I love that name.
That is a fucking cool band
Came up
name.
with that. I don't really know what it was, but we decided after a couple months it was shit. But that's why on Spotify, if you go to like the bottom of our releases, it's under Dirt Circle Records. Because that's just the name we came up with on DistroKid. It's going to be the name of our first EP as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Love it.
Yeah, but,
Dirt Circle.
we were just on our way home in the Uber, and then Harley just, out of nowhere, I don't know what it was about, I didn't even know what it was on about at the time, he just blurts out FERB. And I'm like, what are you on about? It's the band name. And I start like pissing myself because I thought it was hilarious. He was just looking at me with a straight face.
Yeah. And then we get up on stage at our first gig 2 days later, and I introduced us as FERB, and Tom looks at me, he's like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Where did that come from?
Since when?
Yeah.
And then it just stuck. I think we were meaning to change it for ages, and it just never changed.
Yeah.
I like it. It is a strong band name. One thing that I've been told about band names that's important, which yours does perfectly, is like you're going to remember it, but it doesn't tell you anything about the band. You don't want a band name that's like really obviously suits your style and who you are, because then FERB raises more questions than it answers, which I think it's just a great name. Honestly.
No, for sure.
It looks great as well on like a logo.
We feel like a lot of the time it's either for our name, it's either You love it or you hate it. They're
Yeah.
like, why are you called that? Or that's such a cool name.
Yeah, we could be like the most stupid band you've ever seen, or like you could like us, but like I guess it did fit more on like the silly side of things because we used to not take ourselves seriously at all. I mean, outside of the music, we don't, but like in the music sort of sense, we were still, again, we were teenagers trying to figure ourselves out. God, I sound so old. I'm like 19. I need to get a grip.
Yeah, shut up, mate.
Get out. Yeah, but it was still a sense of like trying to keep it a bit unserious, and yeah, now it works, I guess.
Yeah, it does. It's cool. It's really cool. Can we talk about the songs?
I was going to say, yeah.
Love the songs, man. I really love the songs. Hello, Vera. Let's start with that, man. Where did that come about? Who's Vera?
So that Vera is actually my former lover. We were going out for 6 years. I'm joking.
I was going to say, 6-year relationship before the age of 18s, really?
Vera was just kind of it was actually another band name suggestion from Ross. Ross is coming out with all these great ideas.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he just came up with it. It was actually New Year's Day 2023. I was with Tom. We were just staying at mine, and he came up with the name, and I started writing this riff, and then I went to the toilet. 20 minutes later, came back with Hello Vera.
You went to the toilet, and I know it was just normal. Went to the toilet, you came up with just a whole. You just came up with lyrics.
Yeah. And
The most inspirational poo ever.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's a song that changed a lot over time. It started out as like a shoegaze song, like, but really bad shoegaze. Like, it was like my vocals were weird. I was singing with this weird, like, English, like, proper English accent. And then I was like recording one day, because we used to record all of our stuff in school, mostly, like our A-level music studio. Between that and here and Joel's bedroom, where all the drums were done. But I was like recording demos there, and Joel was like, "Oh, you need to sing a bit more like Julian Casablancas from The Strokes." I listened, and this has kind of been my singing voice ever since.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a song we don't really play anymore, though.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit of a black sheep, if you could say that, in the set list. Oh, see what I did there?
Wow.
It just doesn't really work, I guess, with the sort of the stuff we're trying to go for, and we've got way better songs now, I think.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I definitely agree. I prefer our. I prefer our songs that we have just on our set list now than what we had maybe.
Yeah.
Was it even like 8 months ago or something?
Yeah, it's like, think that when we would have played on the same bill at Half Moon, we only now play 2 of those songs out of like the 12-song set list.
Wow.
Kind of mad.
Yeah.
So you guys are writing a lot then?
Yeah, no, because you just sit in your bedroom, write riffs, and then we will just go off it.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more focusing on the like actual songwriting part of it now. Before it was like I wanted to write all these, crazy riffs and stuff. But now I value simplicity and storytelling as well. I mean, a lot of it's quite personal, but still like storytelling side of it rather than all these crazy guitar parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. What's like the long term? I know this is probably a mad question as you're still in your first year, but like, where do you see it? Like, what's like the dream for you? 2 years time, like a realistic goal. Like, it could be headline Glasgow, right? But what's like a brilliant 2-year plan for you?
Play a festival, any festival. Would do. I mean, it'd be great if it was one of the bigger ones, but even playing something like Truck Festival, we're all going to Truck Festival in July.
There's always these like little. What are they called? Like, what are they called? Like the youth play did it.
The like where they vote for you to. It's called for truck, and you can basically just apply to play, and then they get shortlisted, and then the people can vote. And it'd be good to get through something like that, because then we know it's like people actually want to see us there, kind of thing. So that, and I guess we've just got venues that we want to play.
But I feel like we definitely need to venture out more. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, we want to play like the George Tavern, Sebright Arms, or Seabright, I don't know how you say it. Old Blue Lost, like all of these, and Windmill. Windmill would be a big
that'd be cool.
just having these venues under our belt and becoming a bit more, like people want to book us kind of thing.
Yeah.
We want to get out of Kingston, basically.
Yeah.
We love it here, but there's only times you can play all these places.
And new music on the horizon at all? Is there any?
Yes.
There will. When's this coming out?
We are most likely 3 weeks ahead of schedule, so go for end of May.
End of May, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what I can say. I mean, it's
No
not
exclusives.
there's no label or anyone telling us we can't say anything. We're going into the studio at the start of June.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
well, we want.
Isn't it?
Huh?
August.
Well, release date TBC, but it will probably be sometime like August, September. We'll start releasing tracks again.
Nice one.
Nice.
Nice one. We love a first time exclusive on the shout out.
We're taking it as an exclusive.
That's it.
You heard it first, guys. Yeah, we don't really know what it will end up being. Hopefully,
Cool.
some sort of EP. But there's just a few tracks that we've been playing like for so long, and all of our friends and random people have just been saying like, you need to get these out. So we've got like songs that we're definitely recording that are definitely coming out first. I think our friends and such could probably tell you what those songs will be. So yeah, that's kind of loose plan.
You can go and check out their Instagram and buy tickets to see them and hear them before they release them.
That's the best way of doing it. Buy a ticket, watch the band,
and then you can tell them what song you want to hear recorded.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
How about that?
Group vote or something like that.
Yeah.
We decided, but we'll do that. So you can
Just make them feel included anyway. But
Yeah.
we love a bit of crowd participation.
crowdfunding.
We honestly, man, we love you guys so much.
Thanks so much.
Like, watching your journey this year, or like the last 12 months, has been just so enjoyable to watch.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
I know the tunes that you have out now, I think they're sick. I love them, and but I can't wait to hear what you have next, because
I mean, if you love that, then these ones are going to be pretty great. I think.
Yeah,
we've got very high hopes for them.
So do we, man. So do we. Thank you so much.
Whoa, Beeling, that's too early. I've got a playlist I need you to have some influence on.
You think it's my first pod?
It is his first
Sorry,
podcast.
Dan,
It seems like it,
take
isn't
away.
it? We've got a shout out podcast playlist. So every artist that's been on has put one of their songs on and then added another artist into the playlist. There's two of you, so we will add 2 FERB songs. Because I'm feeling generous, and you can have a song each that you can add on. It could be the biggest artist in the world, or it could be tiny band you saw in the pub last week.
Do we go for one big one, one small one?
If you want to. I mean, we'll add
for bands, just any band. I'm gonna put on the song "All Night" by our really really good friends Robo. They're this York-based art rock band. They played a few shows of us in London, and they are quite frankly fucking unreal.
Nice.
Cool.
They're on the playlist.
What's this one for?
Just give us another
Another random song.
For inspiration.
Anything. We could. Those guys. Stand up.
Huge.
What you got on? What are you wearing?
West Side Cowboy.
West Side Cowboy.
Side Cowboy, we love
They've got
it.
one song.
Yeah. Go on.
Let's get it on.
Yeah. I've never met anyone I thought I could really love until I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were just being nice then. Okay, that is just genuine. They've got one song.
Oh, you cutie.
No, and they just won the Glastonbury Emerging Talent Contest.
Yeah, fucking hell. Their first song has done 234k streams.
Yeah, they're mental.
That's
Fucking hell.
insane.
Yeah.
Shout out West Side Cowboy.
Not that they need it, but yeah, fuck. Let's
Nice.
get them on.
Yeah, tag them on. We've added both your songs on. We've got Black Sheep, we've got Hello Vera in the playlist now.
Love
So
it.
they're on there forever.
Any last words, boys, before we close this off?
Where can they find you?
When's this coming out? End of May. Come see us at the old dispensary in Camberwell, and then come see us at the Bread and Roses in Clapham.
What the dates are they?
June 6th, June 13th, 2 Fridays in a row.
Wicked.
One's not free, but you could be there anyway.
Yeah, go to both because one's 2 for the price of 1.
Dude,
Exactly.
Daniel's such a great salesman.
Get 2, or technically 8 because there's 4 of us, so
Yeah.
you can have 8 FERBs.
8 FERBs.
8 verbs. Thank you, boys. It's been so much fun. We'd love to keep doing what you're doing, man. We love watching it. I would love to have you back on and see how everything's going on later in the year, man.
We
Thank
do like
you,
a Billie
Harley.
Eilish style thing where they do like the same interview every year, like consecutive.
Yeah.
Same questions.
Yeah.
If when in 3 years' time, when you guys are absolutely massive and we're still recording podcasts in our bedrooms, I've got your word for it now. You are going to come on.
When our rent's due and we really need a helping hand.
We're going to be shouting.
I and Tom are going to be there every year.
Yeah.
They're going to take a stop on their world tour and come and get interviewed by Danny B and Dan Wood. Dan will have even less hair than he's got now.
My hairline was back here by then.
I'm praying that's not the case.
All right, boys.
Oh, thanks so much for having us, guys.
Thank you, guys. It's been sick. Keep doing what you're doing, and guys, thank you for watching this episode of the Shout Out Podcast with me, Danny B, Dan Wood, and our amazing guests Harley and Tom from FERB. It's been such a sick episode. You guys know what to do: like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified when we release new ones, and just take it easy, guys. Peace out. Have a good night.
Au revoir.